In order to write an effective description for the graph, you should be able to use the language to describe changes effectively. So, in order to practice, let's take a look at exercise number 7 here. Can you try to complete the notes here about the graph with the words in the box? I shall give you a moment to take a look. Alright, so for number 1 in here, rising cost of living, the blah 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 point. It should be the highest point, right? The highest point. For number 2, graded blah blah blah, right? So we should say the greatest overall, like general, the greatest overall, right? For number 3, most notable, right? And then for number 4, it should be lifestyle. It should be the most consistent, right? The most consistent and the most stable increase. Remain the lowest. All right, for traffic and lifestyle, we can say it is joint lowers in the first year. That means it start at the same point, like it joined together, and that point is the lowest. So we can say joint lowers. Alright, so besides the word to talk about the position here and describe the general trend like this, you need to have some language to describe the increase or the decrease, right? So when learning the word for increase or decrease, you should learn not only the verb but also the noun so that you can vary the structures when you write. So for the verb, can you think of any words that also mean increase? Alright, so maybe we can have the word increase itself, right? Or maybe you can say rise or go up. Go up is good as well. You can also say growth, soar. Soar is like, what is it? Soar is like going up very dramatically, sharply, right? And surge is the same, and rocket is the same, like with the speed of the rocket, right? You can imagine. Alright, so for the nouns, the noun of increase should be increase as well. The nouns of rise should be rise as well. For go up, I don't think that we have it, so we're gonna take the noun for growth, become growth, and for surge, we have surge, and also we have the word peaked. Okay, do you know peaked? Peak is like the highest positions, right? Okay, how about for decrease? Can you think of some verbs? Yeah, we can have the word like increase, so decrease, right? Fall, we can say decline, go down, reduce, dropped, and plunge, right? Plunge is like it decrease very quickly, abruptly, plunge, and plummet is the same, sharply, dramatically. Alright, the noun for decrease, yes. The noun for fall, the noun for decline. Go down, we don't have it. For reduce, you need to pay attention, it is reduction, okay? Reduction. Alright, drop is dropped, and we also have this one, dip. Dip is a little bit slightly, it will describe an action, like it will decrease a little bit slightly and then it go up again, then it will be the dipped. Alright, okay, so plunge, it will be plunge, and plummet will be plummet. The reason why I asked you to remember the increase and decrease is because we are going to need it for the structure, right? So the most basic type of structure that we are going to use to describe the trend would be subject, verb, and adverb, right? Subject, verb, and adverb. So for instance, you can say the sales of strawberry increased dramatically. You can also vary the structure into there was a adjective noun. Alright, so like you can say there was a dramatic increase in the sales of strawberry. And for something like experience, with ed here, everyone, if it is the past, we can say subject experienced, saw or witnessed, or adjective a noun, right? Like the sounds of strawberry experienced, ed, a dramatic increase from 2012 to 2014. Do you remember the three structures that I've just tell you? Alright, so let's put it into practice. For activity number 10, can you try to change the underlined words here in the sentence into the form that given in the brackets, like adjective plus noun. Okay, so can you please do this exercise? I'll give you a moment to take a look. Alright, so let's take a look at the answer together. So for number 2, you can change the structure into traffic experience. We use the experience structure, right? Steady, right? So steadily adverb become the adjective here, steady, and then you add a, and here rose become rides. You turn from a verb into a noun, right? So a, adjective, noun. As a reason for moving, this is the same. For number 3, but then there was a marked increase. Alright, so you can change into but then increased markedly. Okay, so from an adjective and a noun, you change it into increased, a verb, and then markedly, adverb. For number 4, you can say the number of people moving to the countryside for lifestyle reason soar, a consistent growth. So again, you use the structure soar, a consistent. You use an adjective here and a noun here, growth. Alright, so far we've talked about how to improve your task achievement score and how to analyze the data given in the graphs. So now it's your turn to put everything to work. Please look at the exam skills section, exercise number 11. So in this exercise here, you see a different line chart. This one will show the result of a survey giving the reason why people move to the capital city. Now the reason why people are moving to the capital, right? So in here you see the 4 reasons. Can you please take a look, and you should spend about 5 minutes to try to analyze the graph first before you start writing. Do you remember the structures of this writing of this essay here? Yes. So first you write the intro. You can paraphrase this sentence, right? Then second, you need to write the overview for me. All right. And next one is the to body. Okay. Please pause the video and finish the writing before you get back, and I will show you the answer, the sample. So let's have a look at the sample here, because this is the first time that you deal with this kind of essay, so I will analyze it in greater details. So first thing first, the line graph illustrates the key motivation for people to relocating to the capitals of a specific country between 2000 and 2015. So you see that this intro can paraphrase the given information here very well. So the line chart, they change it into the line graph, and then illustrate instead of the word shows, and the result of a survey, giving the reason why, right? So it turned into key motivation, and people move to capital city is people relocating from a particular country become a specific country, and then 2015 will be between 2000 and 2015. They add the time here. Pay attention that you always need to add the time in your intro, even that if the information here they do not give you that. So for the next part, the sample, they choose to talk about the body first before moving to the overview. So let's take a look at their first body paragraph. They have the transition words here, moving for the purpose of study. So here the purpose study is the red line. If you can see in here, they will describe it in greater details here in the body. They'll talk about it saw the greatest vast, the greatest, the superlative here, and a noun, and it used the structure of saw, and it indicates the data here. The next sentence, it rose considerably, so it used the verb and the adverb here. And then it's a compound sentence. It's a very good one with a more gentle growth. It's the noun phrase here. Alright, so pay attention that if you look at this graph here and you do not notice the study first, but you notice the employment first. Can you talk about it first instead of study? Yes, my answer is yes, of course you can, as long as it's logic. So for this part here, they decided to, for this sample here, they decided to divide it into 3 body paragraphs. The first one for study, the second one for employment, and the third one for the rest. So they changed by saying in terms of. This is a very good transition word that you can use. And relocating for work is the paraphrase for employment. The same is talk about the starting point, began at, and then pick the verb, and then it talk about the join hiked level. Okay, so this is a very good one, the very good descriptions with data as well, and comparison, like joined hiked, and a very good comparison here. If you can notice that it not only like mentioned the data, but it tried to compare the only one of the 4 that underwent the downturn. That means compare with the other 4. Okay, so for the next one, it will describe the rest, right? With the transitions of turning to, and then it say rose the most stably and steadily, right? If you notice the adventures right here, they use the verb with the adverb. Alright, and meanwhile, pay attention, the transition here, and then they climb slightly, following by an upswing. Okay, a noun phrase, and then leveling off. Finally, it will talk about the overview, right? The overview is like the conclusion. So it say that except for employment, there will be on the increase. Actually, for employment, it's also the increase, but it has a little bit of downturn here. So yes, you can use this to emphasize on that point. And also it say the greatest rise occurred in those citing the study as the main motivating factor. This one, right? So this is a very good sample, and it will earn a very good score. So I hope that you can do just as good, just as well. Okay, remember, when you finished, you can take a look at the unit reflect part right here, answer all of these questions in your portfolio, and send it to your teachers later. This brings me to the end of my lesson today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next unit. Goodbye.